ActionSA leader Herman Mashaba and the party's former Gauteng leader Bongani Baloyi made mutual accusations after the latter's resignation. Baloyi believes Mashaba does not want to decentralize power and may have been threatened by attempts to do so. Mashaba believes Baloyi is driven by self-interest and is determined to enter a coalition with the ANC. ActionSA leader Herman Mashaba has been accused by the party's former Gauteng chairman, Bongani Baloyi, of treating the party as its favorite project, refusing to decentralize power, and allowing his chauffeur to intimidate and threaten leaders who challenge his authority. In response, Mashaba said Baloyi's departure from ActionSA was due the party's refusal by his desire to become mayor of Ekurhuleni through a back-to-back agreement with the state's ANC. Relations between the two deteriorated, leading to an open divorce on Monday, and Baloyi held a media briefing to voice his grievances. Baloyi said a friction between him and Mashaba started when he began to create branches regional structures within Gauteng, arguing that the party should decentralize power meet structures provincial leaders, some of whom he appoints at party's administration. I was intent on taking a stand, tell the national leadership to delegate more powers the structures. Delegating more powers to the structures means you are embarking on a journey of democratization within the party. I deliberate equally aware that it would create friction, but it was equally important me to persuade. I starting win war by saying, now that you've appointed provincial presidents, give them authority because now, power is only at top senate, these other structures are spectators. Gallo Pictures Baloyi stated that he was aware that this stance I have taken may have created some tension, and said, the biggest change for ActionSA is, if the president says left and say right, how do you resolve the conflict? Then how do you resolve it? Conflict. Is that something that immediately pushes you out the door, or what will other members of the Senate say when they find themselves fundamentally different from him? Aliadi Bongani Baloyi leaves ActionSA, citing trust issues with Mashaba. Some of his concerns were supported by former ActionSA councillor Nkili Malapo after he was kicked out of the party Sunday night. He complained about unfair practices within the party. ActionSA said Malapo terminated her membership on the grounds that she shared confidential party information with her husband, Abel Tau. Tau, a former ActionSA Gauteng secretary, was fired from the party after allegations that his friend attempted to rape his wife. Gallo Pictures photo Darren Stewart. Gallo Pictures speaking to News 24 on Tuesday morning, Mashaba denied Baloyi's claims that he was a dictator and said Baloyi was motivated only by anger. It's a shame that Baloyi makes such claims. I said that what brought us to this situation was the endless desire to work with the ANC. The situation we are in, he said. While Mashaba reluctantly agreed to have party enter negotiations with the ANC because she doesn't want to be seen as a dictator, she said it was Baloyi who continued and made a backdoor deal with ANC. Baloyi misled National President Michael Beaumont by saying that Chwane Group had agreed with ANC EFF could take position of mayor or spokesperson. We got back to him, told him that wouldn't happen, but he came back to meetings, said we had given them green light. Mashaba added, I don't know how the ANC came to an agreement with Gauteng head Panyazola Sufi, but if he wants to enter a coalition he can form his own party and do it. ActionSA members and supporters have made it clear that they do not want us to do any business with the ANC. But at Monday's press briefing, Baloyi claimed that Mashaba's decision to work with the ANC was upheld by Mashaba, and that the party's Senate and party leader only backed down after media reports of such an attempt emerged. Baloyi also made allegations about Mashaba's driver, Bafana Mthimkhulu. He claimed that Mthimkhulu had gone berserk within the party, threatened party members, and claimed he worked for Hawks or the South African Secret Services and could hack our phones. Ball added Bafana is Herman's chauffeur, his name pops up all over the state. It is alleged that ActionSA is investigating leaders and people. It is alleged that he is forcing people. In the clips produced by Abel Tau, you can hear him say that my intimacy with Herman Mashaba was fatal, I can do anything. So, a man who seems have full support of the president, Mashaba, and is causing instability in state, a driver who boasts his ability to eavesdrop on people's communications, hack people's phones, and claims be working for covert services. Mashaba told News 24 that it was disingenuous for Baloyi to downplay Mthimkhulu's role within ActionSA as just a driver. He knows very well that Bafana is the party's head of protection and intelligence. After working in intelligence for a while, he was brought in to ensure my safety while I was traveling and to inspect everyone before joining the party. News 24 failed to receive a comment from Mthimkhulu despite numerous attempts.